the shape of you.
It's JDP Gaming here, bringing you the third episode of my Coventry City Career Mode series, Series 3. In the last episode, we lost our first game of the season, a home match against Liverpool, but then we pulled it back and we won 1-0 against Aston Villa away from home with a cracking free kick from Jones. We also left the last episode with negotiations with McBurney, so we're going to see how that resolves when I simulate in a couple of seconds. Otherwise, yeah, I think that's about it, really. We're sitting 10th in the table with 3 points, after 2 games, so yeah, I think let's just simulate through and see what the emails say. So I did send some couple of inquiries out for a couple of other players, as you can see, for Pennington, Rawson and Tony. Again, as you can see, I'm very, very skint for money, so let's go 1.3, yeah, 1.3, yeah, sort of go from there, actually. For Farrand Rawson, I'm going to see if I can try and maybe involve a player, like maybe Pierre, because I'm not going to play him anymore, and therefore I'm just going to involve, like, let's say 800k. I don't want to get rid of Pierre, but realistically, I'm going to try and loan him out regardless anyway. So just be no, he's just not Premier League quality, so I think it's maybe if we can try and get rid of him and that reduces the price that we pay for Rawson, then that might be the solution. And therefore I'm just going to leave Pennington because I want to try and get Rawson instead. Probably won't sell any players. I might look to try and sell Malapa. I don't know, just because I don't seem to use him anymore. He was really popular. I really liked him when I first had him, but then it just became really hard. But we have good news. So the transfer offer for Tony has been accepted, but he wants 30k. Well, he's not going to have that. 20k is what he's going to be given. An important first team as well, so let's send that off and see what he says. I also noticed that McBurney has basically said he doesn't like what the contract I'm offering him. Well, I'm sorry, Sonny Jim. 20 is what you're going to get. Take it or leave it, really. Important first team, 10% bonus per goal. Actually, no, let's do 15. I don't normally, 20? No, let's go 15. If he doesn't accept that, then I'm going to try and move on to Tony and see if we can get him instead. So we are finally into the transfer deadline day window for Season 3, as you can see. I've just noticed Arsenal have signed for Levy. I'm assuming that's a striker that we had when in our first season, so the player that we loaned from Watford. Dunk has also just moved to Newcastle as well, but let's have a look at these emails because that's what we want to know. Derby have just said no, basically. They're not interested in Pierre. Okay. Right. Let's see if we can maybe... Have we got any other players that we could maybe involve in the deal? Turnbull, I could, but at the same time, he's still young and he could still have a part to play in this squad. There's no one else. Maybe Malapa? Should we go Malapa? Yes, let's do a straight Malapa swap. Let's do a straight, Malapa Rawson swap, and let's see what they say to that. Because at the end of the day, if I get another striker, I don't really want to use Malapa, but just because, like I've explained already, I don't like him anymore, really. And simple as that. The offer for Gans is too low, so I'm no longer going to pursue that. And just another email saying that we've had a game moved. Skipping through now into the 9th hour, 3 emails, hopefully some good news, please be some good news. Oh, for God's sake. So Derby are not interested in Malapa either, I'm not surprised at all. Let's go 1.2 million and let's see what they say to that. So we solved that one. Again, Tony and McBurney are both not happy with what I'm offering them. I can do 22. I'll both give them a contract of 22 for 5 years, important first team, and 10%. And if they both say no to that, then well, I'm sort of screwed, aren't I? I'm going to have to use Malapa, unfortunately. I don't understand why they want so much money. Can't they just understand that for a club like us, we don't have the most amount of wage and stuff? I guess it's just a game, isn't it? So I'm reading too much, Anyway, let's see what they say when those emails come back. Into the 8th hour now. Again, not good news. Derby definitely want 1.7. I probably can tempt them with 1.5. So let's send the 1.5 off. So I've had a little rejig of my wages. So I've taken my budget down to 3 million, and my wages have gone up to just over 40k. So I could give both players what they want, but I don't want to, because, you know, if I can try and get them for less, then that would be ideal. So 5 years, important first team, 10% per goal, 25k, so it's gone up 3k from what I was originally offering. Hopefully they can accept that. McBurney, he wants 35. I can't give you 35, and I don't want to either. So 25 for you two, 4 years, important first team. And come on, someone's got to accept one of these contracts, surely. Into the next hour now, we have 4 emails, so it's a really busy transfer deadline day for us. We have a transfer offer for Cooper. It's a 1-year loan. Okay, that's perfect. Just what I want. I want to go out, get some experience on first team football, and hopefully come back as a higher rated player. So that's good news. Transfer offer has been accepted for Derby County. That's great. So we can go to his contract offer. He wants 25k. Sod it. No, we're going to try 20. I know. I don't know. You know, probably just offer him what he wants. But, you know, I can't, to put it in, you know, simply. So that's what I'm going to offer him. And again, Tony and McBurney are not happy. I'm liking Tony more than McBurney, to be honest with you. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to offer him what he has, which is 28k. Get rid of the bonus per goal. I don't like really doing that anyway. Important first team, and let's see what he says to that. It's what he's on right now, so he might accept that. And for the time being, I'm going to leave McBurney just to see what the others come back. So let's skip to the next hour. Yep, 2 more emails. A very busy window. Probably going to make a really long section of this video. Finally, we have a player accepting our contract. Right, okay, that probably means I'm not going to pursue McBurney anymore, so we can get rid of that email. Rawson wants 25k, so let's give him the 25. 4 years, important first team, and hopefully he can come back and have accepted that. And then I've just got to try and juggle between my wage and my budget to try and sign both these players. Because ideally we need another centre-back, and ideally we need another striker as well, and I think Tony would be a good addition to this team. Okay, he's accepted that. That's great news. Right, we've got to now try and jig our budget so we can try and sign both. So he's 1.5, and can we do it? I think we can. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. Right, so the Rawson deal is 1.5, 25k, and he's 1.3, so that's a total of 2.8 million. We don't have, for fuck's sake, we don't have over 50k worth of wage. It's 53k wage that we need, so we're gonna have to choose between these two. For God's sake, this is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to sign both players. So after having a look at the stats of both players, as you can see for Tony, he's very quick. Not got bad finishing, heading accuracy, and then Rawson, he's not slow for a centre back either. Good heading accuracy for a defender, and his tackling's decent. I mean, it could do with improving, but as he's young, I can train him. The thing that's decided it for me really is the player information. As you can see, he has 3-star weak foot, whereas Tony only has 1, and that is like, how can somebody's weak foot be that rubbish when they're a professional footballer? I don't know. So for me, that's really made my decision up. So, I mean, if I could, I'd sign both. But I'm going to go with Rawson. I think we need him more. So let's accept Rawson and stall the Tony deal, because, you know, we might get an offer for another player and we might be able to get him in. But then at the same time, I think I might stop it as well, just because... Do we really want a striker at the club who's got 1-star weak foot? I don't know. I mean, it depends whether or not his left foot plays terribly in the game, but there's no way of finding out until we've actually signed him. As I skip through to the next hour, I sent out a loan inquiry to a player who plays for Ajax, Zivkovic. He's a striker, as you can see, and unfortunately they've rejected it. Sorry. So it doesn't look like that's going to happen, unfortunately, which is irritating. Yeah, so yeah, that was my solution really, is we can't sign a striker. Why not try and loan one in instead? I think we're most likely probably going to stick. I mean, I know my formation in here is a 5-2-1-2, but we're probably going to stick with a 5-2-2-1. So left forward and right forward. So we probably might not need another striker, but it'd be good to have another first team striker, because say if King gets injured, I've then got Collins 68, Malapa 71, and Thomas 67. So it's not the best, but then at the same time, I don't want to loan in a player who's, you know, of the same rating. It'd just be pointless, and I'm then just using up wages just for the sake of it. So, and I can't look at scout reports because we don't have enough time left, so I might just have to go and leave it with the team I've got now. I mean, we have a backup left back. We have another centre back, so we should be fine for if a couple of them get tired. We obviously have our main keeper, our spare keeper. We don't have a right back though. Mitchell might have to make some appearances. Yeah, right back's what we need actually. Centre mid wise, I'm not too worried because we have obviously Kone, and then if Rose can, and then we also signed Addison from the free agents. Centre attacking mid wise, not worried at all. And striker wise, well, I've already expressed my feelings towards that. So what I've sort of decided to do is actually spend some of my money on hiring a scout instead, getting a better one. I mean, I would preferably like this one because he's got better judgment, but I'm going to have to go with this guy who's Norwegian, who I'm sure will do a job, just because if we can try and get some good youngsters, you know, through the team, I mean, especially as one of my objectives is to sell youngsters for a certain amount of money, then I really think that would boost the squad. I mean, if I could get youngsters through into the first team, you know, I think that's probably the better way to go about it all. So I've spent all my money, so I've sort of committed on that, so Tony will not be happening. So I've looked on the transfer market for players who are loan listed at right back and have a wage which matches ours of less than 10k. The only one I can really find is this guy Martin Marzino, who's relatively decent at Borussia Mönchengladbach, but his stats don't look too bad. I mean, and just for a backup right back who I'd probably just bring on for a couple of minutes in a match towards the end, just so that Kelly Evans can be fit for like a match that's in 2 days, 3 days time afterwards. That's what I'd probably do with him. So I think I'm probably going to go ahead and try and bring him in on loan for probably a year. And I mean, that should be alright for a season. I mean, when we get next season, we get some money, we'll buy ourselves a proper backup right back. But for one season, I think it should be alright. There we go. So we can bring him in. Oh no, bollocks. Oh no, we might as well reject the Ivan Toney deal. We don't need him anymore. So we've rejected that one, and we've accepted the Martin Marzino. I'm just going to assume it's Marzino or Marzino. I don't know. My pronunciations of some names are very dodgy on here. So without further ado, let's have a look at his stats and his overall. Hopefully it's not too bad. Ah, bollocks. Okay, he's 68. Okay. Like I said, so I just wanted him to be back up to Kelly Evans. I wanted him to be a little bit higher than that, maybe at least 70s. But you know, it's what you get when you don't have a lot of money. You're not going to get the best, are you? He's not terrible. So we can just finish off the rest of the transfer window now. Just plough through. We aren't doing anything else. We haven't got the money to. 280 million has been spent. No, 338. Oh wow! Angel Di Maria is heading back to Real Madrid, as it seems, for 39 million. A lot less than PSG paid for him when he was at Manchester United. Yeah, we have our first game of the episode now. It's a home match against West Brom. It's the third one of the series. But we have a couple of emails. Let's just check those out. So a couple of players are going out on international duty. King, Harris, Kone and Pineda. Okay. Austria, nope, no thank you. And just to remind us that 333 million had been spent. So as you can see, I am yet again sticking to the 5-2-2-1 formation. I think this is the formation we're going to stick with now. It's worked. And I don't really have strikers, well, good enough strikers to have two up front. So one it is up front, and Jones and Monker do great jobs at right forward, left forward. So this is the formation I'm probably going to stick with now. until we sign another striker, which realistically will probably be next season. But anyway, let's get into this game. This is how we're lining up today. I've made a couple of switches. So Justin Bylo's coming in goal. I thought I'd give him this go. Otherwise, I think it's just the same team I've played for the first 2 games. Yep, subs are the same as well. West Brom's team, I've noticed, look who they've got up front. It's Lecco coming to play against us, who's been with us for the last 2 years, so it'll be interesting to see how he plays. Hopefully he doesn't score. Back over to Stevenson, cross one in. It's a good cross. King gets ahead to it, but it's not good enough to beat Rossback, who, to be fair, actually looks like a girl. I'll have to keep you informed on that situation. Right, anyway, Stevenson into the feet of Moncur. Lovely play. Through for King now. Oh, he's been taken out there. What is the West Brom defender doing there? Sliding in. I wasn't going anywhere, to be honest with you. I mean, he's lucky enough he's gotten a yellow card. But we have a penalty. God, we've got to try and convert it now. So we have King on the ball. Can we get him his first goal for the club? I don't know where I'm going to go straight down the middle. Keep a move. Yes, he's moved. Lovely. Yes, and there we go. It's 1-0, guys. What a start to the game. We've started well, positive. Good runs in behind from King, and one's paid off, and we got a penalty, and look at that, he's converted it, going straight down the middle. Schindler, makes a half challenge. Schindler coming across again to try and challenge Chadley. He gets the cross in. Good punch by Bylo. Stevenson hasn't really cleared it. Phillips on the edge of the box. Through for... No, that was poor. That was poor from me. He literally just turned on the spot. I mean, it was difficult because obviously I didn't want to go lunging in and giving away a penalty myself. But it shouldn't have gotten to him. But then they just passed it into absolutely no one. And so do we with Kelly Evans. So, you know, tit for tat really. Over the top to King now. Go on, take a touch and have a pop. Oh, it's not bad. It's just too hard and over the bar. Nice clearance from Robinson. To Jones now, who can dribble. Ball rolls it, keeps going, shifts it over, and he's been fouled then. And McElhenney, I think that's how you say McElhenney? Yeah, I think, well, probably another player who's come through their youth team. I think West Brom are probably playing one of their weaker sides, to be honest with you. That, or they just obviously don't have a very strong team anymore, but it was a blatant foul. And that's the end of the first half. I'm not going to lie, this is probably the first game I've come away in the first half and thought, what poor football. I mean, it's literally been atrocious. Apart from a couple bits of play, like the goals, it's just been awful. I mean, the passing from both teams has been bad, the touches have been bad. It's been a terrible game of football, to be honest with you, and hopefully it gets better. To Kelly Evans through the middle to Pineda, didn't work out though. Lecco coming forward with it. It's going to be tricky playing against him because I'm so used to playing with him. And the shot from Yakov goes over the bar. In the middle to Moncur. Over the top to King. It's a great ball. Go on. Oh, the shot was poor. That was a great ball in the end. Past the man as well. We found some space and it's a shocking finish in the end. Not the best first touch from Jones then at all. Singraven, make your run. Oh, he's kept in as well. Good play from Singraven. Whip it into the middle. Stevenson's feet. Through for Pineda. Go on, finish it. Yes, he has. How have we done this? We've just nicked the result. We've nicked the 3 points with like a minute left. Great play from Singraven to keep the ball in on the line. Dodgy first touch from Stevenson, but gets it through for Pineda, who's gossed through, and he's done a nice finish as well. Over the diving keeper into the other corner, and that's his second goal for us now, and it's surely the 3 points too. And there we have it. We have won the game. We've won our second game of the season as well. 2 wins out of 3. What a start. Let's see if we can keep it going now. So, into the second match of the episode now, and it's an away game against Swansea. This is the team they're playing. It's, I don't know, I was about to say weaker, but they've got some good players in there. Obviously they don't have the first team keeper, that's the reason why, but it's still a strong side nonetheless. Let's have a look at my team. It's pretty much unchanged apart from one. Darai Leahai comes in at centre back instead of Harris. Thought I'd mix it up a little bit, and Bylo retains his position in goal. Edge of the box with Waris over to Andre. Back to Aris, who has a shot and it's blasted over to Narsing, to Samaris. Lehigh having to come across. Oh, he's made a complete fool of himself. Pulls it back to Aris. No! How has Andre missed? Oh my god, they kept passing it across. Gee, I'm stunned. This should be 1-0 to them already. Olsen, just because you knew Jones would beat you for pace. Oh, we've been fouled here, so it's alright, we have a free kick. I'm assuming Andre's going to get a card? Yeah, he's going to get... a red! What? I was expecting a yellow, not a red. What happened? How is that a red card? What? Right, okay, wow. Jeez, that's a bit of an early setback for Swansea. Roberts just got made a fool then, and so did Kelly Evans. Schindler having to come across. Nice tackle though. Except they still have the ball, because in this game it's so hard to keep the ball after you tackle. Cook on the edge of the box to Narsing. Back to Cook, through to Warry's turn brilliantly. And a good save by Bilo then. So even though Swansea have gone down to 10 men, you wouldn't know it. Oh my god, they've dominated possession. We haven't been able to touch the ball. I guess this is the way of preventing us from scoring. And then when we have gone forward, we haven't had enough options. Stevenson, I'm starting to become a little bit frustrated with so far. He hasn't had the greatest of starts to Premier League life. Free for Samaris. And Swansea have bloody well scored. This is such a joke. Couldn't do anything about it. It's infuriating because they're down to 10 men, yet they're playing so well. They're playing like they don't have 10 men. It's poor defending as well. And that is the end of the first half. Wow, what a frustrating first half it's been. I mean, we had some good news with the red card. But yeah, Swansea have still dominated the game, and honestly, they deserve to be up front. We might be in here now with some good play. Kelly Evans, can he get a cross in? He does, it's a good one. Out to Stevenson, have a long shot. No, it's been blocked. Over to Moncur. To Orbelin Pineda. To King, take a touch. He does, has a shot. Oh dear, not quite the shot we were looking for at the end. King, down the line to Jones, not really. Nice, to Moncur, has a shot. Oh, and it's tested the keeper, except unfortunately, I think Swansea are going to keep it in, but they've cleared it. I'm doing a triple substitution now, just for fresh legs. So King's coming off for Collins, Stevenson's coming off for Kone, and Hector Quinones is getting his Premier League debut at left back, coming on for St Graven. Going to cross in, it crosses one in. Bilo's there to catch. Can we release it? We do. Collins has won the header though. He will always win it then. From Moncur's just been fouled then. What a dirty arsehole. That's a nice ball. Can someone get head to it? Yes, we have with Collins, and we forced a save. No, that was the chance to get the equaliser. Oh, and it's... God damn it, the game's ended 1-0. Oh, it's honestly such a boring game. Swansea dominated the ball and made sure we didn't get any chances really, and yeah, credit goes to them really. We couldn't get in the game and they played well. And there we have it, guys. That is the end of the episode now. We finished off the transfer window, played 2 games, won 1, lost 1. As you can see, we're currently 8th in the Premier League table, 2 wins, 2 draws, and a goal difference of 0 because we scored 4 and conceded 4. So it's an average start to the Premier League. It's a lot better than what West Brom have done, and Burnley and Spurs, in fact, with 0 and 2 points. But West Brom do have a game in hand, so they could change that. But yes, anyway, thank you all for watching. If you have enjoyed the episode, then do please leave a like and subscribe for more so you don't miss a future episode, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.